Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Geezer 1965. And as you could see, we're playing OutRun2 today. No, I didn't manage to let my original Xbox be fixed, so I'm running this on my 360 in backwards compatible mode. As you can see, because this stuttering wasn't there on the original version of the Xbox. So unfortunately they didn't update the emulator for the 360 to run original Xbox games. But I'm glad that this one still works. Because I can't sign in my Xbox 360 anymore. You could see that signed out. So I can't play OutRun Online Arcade anymore. And that was actually designed for the 360. So that looks better and that plays better than this OutRun2 version on the Xbox 360. But this is all I got. And as you can see in these turning circles you get some graphical glitches and you will notice some more things. For instance, when I reach the checkpoint, the split point, then the game is loading the next stage too slow. And then sometimes a very short time you're running in nothing, or you see the world pop up right in front of you, and then at that time the stage has been loaded. And this is also why they actually make these forks in the road so long. It feels like forever when you're driving, when you go left or right, between those walls before you get into the next stage. So now you know how that works to load in the next part of the data of the game. Why this was also the case in the arcade version, I don't know, because I don't know if the arcade version is also running off a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM or whatever that was in that time. But let's see, after such a long time, if I can still play this game and if the game capture, if the Elgato 4K version of my capture card is recording this very good or not. So let's skip this. I've already checked before I recorded this video if I unlocked some stuff. And yes, I've also in backwards compatibility mode, I've unlocked most of the things. And the most important thing is when you go to option, no, not options, I mean, where was this? Yeah, options, and then I guess, no, that wasn't. Controller, no. Xbox Live doesn't work. Oh, Outlook 8 maybe. And then I thought there was. Well, that is weird. I cannot even find it anymore. I'm looking for that menu where you can find the things you've unlocked. Where you can see the cards that you can flip over. And there is also the original OutRun, but somehow maybe it's in challenge. Oh yes, and then it was gallery, now I remember. And there you can see OutRun. Play the original 1986 OutRun arcade game on your Xbox. I've also tried this, and this in backwards compatibility is also afflicted by the weird graphical glitches, and in that way that I don't even like playing it in that manner. First I will show you my controller options. I've selected the B button to shift up and the A button to shift down. Some other people told me you can also use this one, no, this one, gear up on X and gear down on A. But I'm so used to my other, on this version, that I stick to this one. But both allow you the same trick to do the shift drift. When you play your game with the manual transmission, you can roll your thumb from gear down to gear up. Because to get a shift drift going, especially in a reasonably difficult corner, you shift down one gear and quickly back up. This way you lose a lot less speed as you would when you use a braking drift, and you can get through the corner just as easy, or maybe even with a little bit more control. When you have a more sharper corner, and the only one that I can remember is if you go all the way to the right, to the E ending, there's a hairpin corner in New York. And there you have to downshift like 2 or 3 gears and then back up. Yes, you lose more speed, but then you can make that corner without crashing in the wall, if there's not any traffic in your way. But let's go back and let's start playing.
OutRun Arcade.
My favorite car will always be the Ferrari Testarossa, because this car started it all in the original OutRun. It has another advantage. This car has 5 gears instead of 6, so it's a bit easier. You have to shift 1 gear less, and also in that hairpin corner in this car sometimes you can manage to get through by downshifting only 2 gears, and when you have 6 gears you need to go down 3 gears and then back up to the highest gear. So you need more button presses to get that thing going. So manual transmission it is. OutRun mode. Well, I will take the music from left to right.
Flash wave.
And I hope that the recording will go good, because I haven't tried that out yet. But so far I see the counting, and when the resolution changes sometimes the valve likes to break up. I've watched videos from Team Marubaku and they are very good at this game. And they take always the inside corner and they are so smooth that they can run with 2 tires off the track without slowing down, so you get quicker time. But I felt already that I went too far, so I am losing speed. Somehow they managed to do this without losing speed, and already now I see a problem. On the original Xbox this game runs a flawless 60 frames per second. Not so much on the 360, that was compatibility mode, unfortunately. And also you can see these white lane markers. They pop in halfway on the screen. If this would have been backwards compatible on the Xbox Series X or One X, it would have been drawn all the way to the horizon, just like with Daytona USA. Man, it feels good to be back behind the wheel, but I am missing my 60 frames per second. The power of this game was the smoothness, and it's not too terrible, but yeah, it's worse. Let's just go to ending A first. There's no slipstreaming in here. That came with OutRun 2, in other words, coast to coast. And I also have that one also. So maybe I will do another video on that game if it also is backwards compatible, because I can't remember. Ooh, I hit my opponent. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, because I'm not losing any bonus points. Or at least it's not visible that I'm losing any bonus points. I don't know if you get a better score if you don't touch the traffic. But the power of this game is the smooth handling, and as you can see, the shift trick works like a charm. It keeps the speed high. And if I played a bit longer so I get used to the controller again. And then I could also play a bit smoother. This cloud trick is really wonderfully done, and so far, even on these modern day consoles, I haven't seen a visual trick like this again after this. And also what is amazing is how we don't get too much scenery popping or something with this speed. I can't focus 100% on it, but it looks very solid. And there's a part on this track where even the original version dips in the frame rate. Wow, the car uses its signal to show it wanted to do a lane change. That's something even Grand Theft Auto doesn't do. Grand Theft Auto 5 as well. I don't know if you get to slow down now because I lost a lot of speed. And if I'm not mistaken, it's this one or the next. Oh yes, yes, it is still here. Yeah, I suddenly remembered, this was also a sharp corner. So 2 gears down. After such a long time not playing this game, and still suddenly it came back to me. Double down! Oh man, it's still a great game. Sega, you really need to bring this one and OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast back on modern console. And if you wanna ask full price, put them together, give us a 4K patch. You don't even need to change the graphics, keep the mood, even keep the cardboard cutout people instead of 3D polygon models. It doesn't matter because this is how the arcade is. This really needs to come back to modern consoles. And with all these mini games, what you got in this and also in the other one. What I liked about OutRun 2006 Coast to Coast, that was you could unlock things with, I have to put in my initials, faster than light. And then press start, so I don't have to fill in the other initial.
Game over.
But you can unlock things in OutRun 2, in other words, Coast to Coast, by just playing, because you can exchange OutRun medals for unlockables. And that was a great idea, because even people that are not so good at this game, they can still unlock everything there is. So nobody has to feel left out because of you're missing something. You're missing nothing except for feeling the depth of the game. Let's go to another track. Yeah, of course the same car. There's no other car than the Testarossa for me.
Magical sound shower.
Except very sometimes, especially when I was into the time trial thing with the OutRun online arcade game. If you want to have a faster time, the F40 is the car to have. But somehow I still can get along with the Testarossa much better than with the F40. Because believe it or not, even if it's an arcade game, each car feels different. And the Testarossa just drives more fluently than the F40. It's much more twitchy. And speaking of twitchy, this game is by default very smooth. Online arcade and OutRun Coast to Coast. And they are quite twitchy by default. But then you can get into the controller options and you can lower the sensitivity. When you put it all the way down, it feels like OutRun 2 again. it's nice to play the OutRun2 tracks again, because so far the most times like I said, sometimes you drive a bit over nothing and suddenly the world is growing. It's actually popping up. As you can see, it didn't cause a crash on me, but it feels weird and it doesn't supposed to be like this. And this is why I really hope that this game can be brought back to the modern age. The gameplay is still fun, still smooth, and deep enough. Ooh. I want to go to A, B, C, D and then E. So now I go to the left again and again and again. Checkpoint. I kind of forgot. Oh man, I kind of forgot when this game was released, but except for a few things, I still think it looks great. Not every track is as wonderful, but this one, for instance, is a bit. There's enough trees in there, but. Yeah, they feel a bit samey to me. But then these German-like houses, I do like. Here, by transferring the weight of the car, this went wrong, but I just ease off the gas while flipping over the car in a new direction, so the car responds faster to my steering input. I don't know if there are faster ways, but when I'm really in the game and I'm not talking and I'm not doing a video about the game, then I really focus on this and it gives me so much satisfaction when you get a smooth couple of corners in a row. I remember spending hours and hours perfecting my lines, trying to predict the traffic and improve on my times. Uh-oh. Well, I managed not to crash into the wall, but I did still scrape the wall. I've lost some paint there. Metropolis. I should have needed to drift, but I wasn't focusing and I didn't the corner properly.
Checkpoint.
Oh man! This one is really bad with the frame rate. Well, that's not so good, so. I knew I had to go down one gear. I bumped too much, I lost too much speed.
Congratulations!
But except for the resolution, and the image is stretched because in my memory, this game wasn't widescreen, and somehow on the 360 it just forces the game to play in widescreen. I don't know if I'm actually correct. I have to try and figure this out by searching for a YouTube video. Maybe somebody has recorded it and captured it from the original Xbox. But I actually can't remember if this game was made for widescreen. Because not all games on the original Xbox were in widescreen. it wasn't that common that everyone had a widescreen TV. I didn't have a widescreen TV.
Outrunners. New entry.
Well, yeah, the lowest score out of all my own scores on this track, but that's not so strange. I haven't played it for ages, and also I'm talking while playing. And also, I upped the difficulty level 1 bit compared to how I used to play it. So maybe you also get less bonus time when you reach the finish, because you always also have less time left on the counter. You don't see the countdown which you saw in the original Outrun, but
Outrun Arcade. Tuscaloosa
Let's go.
manual transmission.
see.
Outrun mode. Passing breeze.
Well, as long as passing breeze and not passing gas, it's okay with me. But nobody's in the car. But when we leave, there's a female and I'm behind the wheel, or the person that they draw.
Get ready.
But lower frame rate or not, it's still better to be able to play this than not play it at all. I wish I could get Outrun Coast to Coast to work on my Steam Deck. I've seen some people that manage to get it to work, but I can't get it to work. I have the original game, but I do not know how I can get it on there. But I say I have the original game, but I have the Xbox version. And I guess when you want it on the Steam Deck, you need the PC version. Oh, I'm supposed to go to the left because I want to give a bit more diversity in the backgrounds. I almost want to say, where is my background? So you want to know what? I go to the right after this one and then to the left and the left. So I'm not doing the forest immediately again. Uh-oh, too late with the shift, yes. But I didn't lose too much speed. But I have to use the braking drift for this corner. Oh, I remember this track, the pyramids. Oh man, awesome depth is in there. Frame rate, please.
Checkpoint.
Yes, the shift drift works again. Uh-oh. Yes, I felt I lost control. I should have shifted down a bit. Hey, the level is loaded before I'm in there.
Checkpoint.
And here you can drive all the way next to the road without losing speed. yes. Yes, I still got it. Well, oh, cool, she was actually waving to somebody. I couldn't see to who. I guess he was driving a Ferrari. Yeah, yeah, I was right.
Checkpoint.
We passed the Ferrari and she was still waving to him. Ah, she enjoys the drifting as well. Oh, you can raise your hands again. Uh-oh. I've lost some RPM there. I guess I have to shift down when I exit this corner. Oh, the shift drift again because I was too low in RPM to initiate the drift.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you have to feel what the car does, and that also makes this game fun to play. When you try a shift drift and the car isn't responding, you immediately have to swap tactics. Otherwise you're leaving the road, and so far that was a quite long loading time. It runs way better on the original Xbox, believe me. This is not representative, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it anymore, but it doesn't represent the original Xbox version very well. It's a working emulator and that's everything you can say about it. It's not a properly working emulator.
Best Outrunners.
Wow, I was even worse than this.
Game over.
Game over.
Outrun Arcade.
And
Testarossa.
let's
Manual transmission.
D. So first left and then every time to the right.
Outrun mode. Risky ride.
So yes, we're going to get across the trees again, but then at least not twice in a row. And the same goes for if I would have done it the other way around, you're not seeing the pyramids twice in a row. Oh. Ah, that went very smooth.
Checkpoint.
Oh. I also like the nice effect when you drive next to the road and you see that grass flying from your tires. Well, we did this better than the first run. When you start playing the game a few times in a row, you really get the feel of the car back. Oh. A bit too enthusiastic.
Checkpoint.
Still not enough. Somehow I couldn't get the downshift to work. Man. Oh, I hope you can make up some time in the snow mountain states, because you can avoid some traffic by going off-road. Somehow the car does like the mud next to this road. I was too early, but with a second shift drift, I still got it. Oh, I like this Roman stage, but where is it? Ah, there it is. Oh, you actually didn't even saw it grew. It was like, flits, it was there. Ah, shit. I thought, well, I could drift nice in between these two cars, but... That black Ferrari don't want me to pass it, but too bad, buddy. Oh, yeah,
Congratulations.
I need to relearn how to do these corners. But that's also what I like to show you, that not everything is going perfectly. And again, the loading time. Imagine this in 4K, 60 frames per second. With, of course, sharper textures, some better filtering. So the road lines run all the way through the horizon. I know for sure that modders had made the PC version even better, but
Best Outrunners.
I don't own the original PC version. And I can't find it anywhere too. Oh, my bad. I hope I can still. Yes, there was still time.
Game over.
Game over. Yes, I know. But it wasn't game over because I didn't make the finish. It's game over because you don't want to give me a free game. If you would have thrown €1 in there. Or $1. Or
Outrun
wherever you pay.
Testarossa. Manual
The
transmission.
final road, the final track.
Outrun mode.
Shiny world, so you have to polish it first.
Get ready.
No more choosing where we want to go. It's right every time. I like the homage to the original OutRun with the surfers on the sea. And what I also noticed is that with when you play this on an original TV, a tube TV from that era, it didn't look so blocky. Now you got such a big screen and so much pixels. Yes, now you can see it's blocky and low resolution. Oh. Well, at least this one went better as well. But I know that this track, only its connection on the final track is really difficult.
Checkpoint.
Imagine this track with volumetric clouds or fog. But even with that trick, it still looks amazing when you consider the age of the original Xbox. Hello! Wow! I could barely respond to that first corner. Uh-oh. I forgot. I shouldn't have started the drift over here.
Are you gonna do it?
Well, at least I made it, but yeah, I did a few scrapes and a crash. Well, and as a bonus for everyone who stayed as long to watch all the tracks, I will play the original OutRun. But no matter how good I memorize the tracks, I know it's more difficult. There's no difficulty setting in there, and it also the emulation is way back. But it's just fun to show you what it looks like. So the people who are actually liking the game get to see what it is when you're running it in backwards compatibility mode. And there's also a cheat that you can type in. If you didn't unlock it yourself, there's a cheat code that you can type in. I don't remember that one, but Google is your friend.
Game over.
They will probably tell you what the cheat is or point you in a proper website. To a website, I mean. Okay. So, OutRun challenge, gallery, OutRun. A low button, X, high gear. Oh, the car is still the original, but the letters, they are from that Dreamcast port, it looks. It's the push start button is not in the same letter. Oh man, look at the clouds! Oh man, that is ugly! And it's stretched as hell. Oh man, how I hate this. It's squished because we get a black border up and down. Okay, but I will suffer the consequences. We have 9 credits to...
Get ready.
Can you speed it up? Oh, that feels weird. Maybe the D-pad is better. No, it doesn't work with the D-pad. I don't feel this is going smoothly as well. Why? Look at... Oh! This is bad. This you can just call broken. But still full speed through the S corner. I should have put an epilepsy warning with the flickering going on. Maybe I can find a nice animation to put in the video edit before this run starts. Yes, you see some cars has been changed. So this is a crossing between what you also can play on the Switch, because these cars, they look different too. That grey car we passed. And the yellow one too. There are some original OutRun traffic cars in there, but if this wasn't so glitchy, it would have even been fun. Having a few different cars in there. Why? Why are you coming to me? I didn't expect even to get this far with the weirdness going on. Oh, yeah, too late. Bump. Hey, that pole was right through the road. Oh, man. Yeah, we're not going to, if we can make it, I don't know. I guess not, because you need 10 seconds in full speed when you enter the split, but who knows if the emulation is... Oh! Right on the finish. Actually, in the original game, you would have seen the car slow down, and when you still roll through the finish, you would even be able to finish it. But I don't feel like putting my best in this. You have seen this now, and this is a great way to end the video. Because also, I don't know how to get back in OutRun 2. But, well, you've seen all the tracks, you've seen all the endings, you've seen how reasonably emulated it is. It's still playable when you stay in OutRun 2 mode. Don't enter this one. This is just bad. There's so many better ways to play OutRun than on backwards compatibility mode in OutRun 2 on my Xbox 360. Never mind, I keep on laughing. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we see each other in the next one.